grade into math lesson 11.6. Solve division problems using visual models and equations. I can solve problems involving the division of fractions and whole numbers. Step it out. Number 1. Rowan and Sim are building a terrarium. The first layer is made of sand. They can use a scoop to add sand to make the first layer. Rowan has a 1/3 cup scoop and Sim has a 1/4 cup scoop. Write and solve an equation to model the number of scoops needed to fill the first layer if only Rowan's scoop is used. How many scoops are needed? So we need to do our division problem. First of all, we need to figure out the total. What is the total amount we have? 3, right? Okay, so we have 3 cups. So we're going to take 3 divided by what number? What does Rowan have? Rowan has 1 1/3 and Sim has 1 1/4. So what are we dividing it by? 1/3, guys, which equals 3/1 times what? 3/1 equals 9/1, which equals 9. So Rowan would need to do 9 scoops. Write and solve an equation to model the number of scoops needed to fill the first layer if only Sim's scoop is used. So we're only using Sim's scoop. And then how many scoops are needed? So what was our total? 3. And then we're dividing that by what's Sim's? 1/4 equals. So what am I going to do? 3/1 times 4/1 equals 12/1, which equals 12 scoops. If Rowan's scoop and Sim's scoop are used to add sand in whole number cup amounts, what are possible numbers of scoops that each would add? So basically, we could do, we could say Rowan would do, what? Could we say that they could, if Rowan did three scoops, and Sim did what? So 3 scoops of Rowan would get us 1 cup, right? Okay, so then if they did 3, then this person would have to do 8, right? Sim would have to do 8 scoops. Okay, what if Rowan did 6 scoops? How many would, that would get us 2 cups, right? So 1 cup would be left over for Sim, so then how many would Sim have to do? 4, right? So you could do different things, right? But basically your total would have to equal 3, correct? Okay. Use equation, visual models, or words to justify your answers in part C. So basically we took 3/1 times 1/3, which equals what? 3/3 equals 1. So that was Rowan. And then we took 8/1 times 1/4. And you can simplify. And then that got us 2/1, which is 2. And then 1 plus 2 is 3, right? Rowan, we did 6/1 times 1/3. Simplify, which gets us 2/1, which is 2. And then we did 4/1 times 1/4, which would be 1 and 1, which equals 1. So then if you added those together, you still get 3, right? Basically, you know, you'd have to use 3 scoops of the 1/3 to get you 1 full cup, right? We know you'd have to use 4 scoops of the 1/4 cup to get you 1 full cup, okay? Stepping out, number 2. The next layer in the terrarium is made using all of the pebbles in Rowan's bag. If he uses 5 scoops, about how many kilograms of pebble does the scoop hold? So write a division equation to model this situation. So basically, what's our total? What how many pebbles do we have? 1/4. 1/4 is our total. Divided by, how many scoops did they say for him? 5. Equals S. So that's going to tell us how big his scoop was. Okay. So use the visual model to solve the problem. So we're going to have our box. How many sections do we break it into? 4, because we're looking at the total first. So we break it into 4. Okay. To kind of help you guys lightly shade the first section, because that's all we're using, right? Is the 1/4. Okay. Then how many pieces do we break it into horizontally? 5. So we would go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Okay. And then we want to use only one section of all those pieces. So how many sections did we use? 1/20, right? Let's do a multiplication problem to check it. So 1/4 divided by 5 equals 1/4 times, instead of 5/1, it becomes 1/5, which equals 1/20. So what does the quotient mean in the context of the story? So 1/20, and then what's my label? What size though is the scoop? 120 kilogram of the pebble. Check understanding. Number 1, growing plant seeds in the terrarium. He wants the plants to grow to be 6 inches tall. If the plants grow 1/3 inch per week, how many weeks will it take for the plants to grow to be 6 inches tall? Draw a visual model to represent the situation and solve the problem. Then write the division equation to model the problem. So he wants it to be 6 inches tall and then 1/3 inch per week. So we wrote our equation 6 divided by 1/3, and then we drew our picture to model it. So we have 6 whole rectangles. We broke each rectangle into 1/3 pieces, which got us a total of 18 pieces then. And then we went back to our equation and we worked it out to check it. So 6/1 times the reciprocal of 1/3 is 3/1 equals 18/1, which equals 18. So our answer was correct, and we got 18 weeks. On your own, number 2, model with mathematics. A truck can carry half a ton of oil. The oil is transported equally in 5 drums. How much does 1 drum of oil weigh? Draw a visual fraction model to represent the situation and solve. Then write a division equation to model the problem. Okay. All right. So we circled that half a ton in the 5 drums. Then we went over and we drew our model. So we drew our box, broke it into a half because that's our total. And then horizontally we broke it into 5 different sections because that is how many drums there were. And we said that was 1/10. We checked it with a division equation. So we took 1/2 divided by 5, which equals 1/2 times the reciprocal of 5 is 1/5, which equals 1/10. So 1/10 of a ton is our answer. Number 3, model with mathematics. An ice cream shop has a container with 16 cups of chocolate ice cream. Each scoop of ice cream is half a cup. How many scoops of chocolate ice cream can the shop serve? Model the situation with a division equation. Write a related multiplication equation to solve. All right, so we circled 16 scoops, half a cup, and then how many scoops of chocolate ice cream can the shop serve? So our total was 16, and they're doing half cups. So we took 16 divided by half, and then we drew our picture first, and we got 32 different sections. So then we checked our equation with the multiplication problem, and we took 16/1 times the reciprocal of 1/2 is 2/1, which got us 32. So our answer is 32 cubes. Divide, write a related multiplication equation to solve. So I would say 9/1 times 8/1 is the reciprocal equals 72/1, which equals 72. Next one, they have in first, but do I change the order? No, I do not. So I have 1/5 times, what's the reciprocal of 7? 1/7 equals 1/35. Okay, next one, I have 1/8 times, what's the reciprocal of 6? 1/6 equals number 7. Use tools. Olivia has 9 yards of ribbon to make bows. Each bow uses 1/3 yard of ribbon. How many bows can Olivia make? So we have the 9 yards, we have our 1/3 of ribbon, and then how many bows can Olivia make? So draw a visual fraction model to represent the situation and solve the problem. So first of all, let's come up with our division problem. What would it be? What's our total? 9 divided by 1/3. So we drew our big box, broke it into 9 boxes, and then we broke those 9 boxes into 1/3 sections, and we got 27. So then we're going to go back and check our problem. So we have 9/1 times, what's the reciprocal of 1/3? 3/1, which equals 27/1, which equals 27. So how many bows can Olivia make? So 27 bows. On your own, number 8, use tools. To make a homemade lava lamp, you can mix vegetable oil, food coloring, and 1/4 of a tablet of baking soda. How many lava lamps can you make if you have 5 tablets of baking soda? So 5 tablets, 1/4 of a tablet, and I know how many lava lamps you can make. So what is our total? 5, right? So 5 divided by what? 1/4. So we made a big box, broke it into 5 boxes, and then broke each of those 5 boxes into 1/4 boxes, into 4 pieces. So now we're going to check our division problem. So we have 5/1 times, what's the reciprocal of 4 or 1/4? 4/1, which equals 20/1, which equals 20. So they can make 20 lava lamps. Number 9, model with mathematics. 6 friends are sharing a 1/4 pound package of beans equally. What fraction of a pound of beans does each friend get? So you have 6 friends, 1/4 pound package. What fraction does each person get? Write a division equation to model this situation. So what's our total? Does the total always come first in the word problem? No. Sometimes it does, but not always. So 1/4 is what they have, and they're dividing it among 6 friends, and we're trying to figure out how many beans each one gets. So write a related multiplication equation. So 1/4 times, what's the reciprocal of 6? 1/6 equals 1/24. So what fraction of a pound of beans does each friend get? So 1/24 of a pound. Okay. Number 10, construct argument. How does the quotient of a unit fraction divided by a whole number compare to the quotient number of a whole number divided by a unit fraction? So the first one, the unit fraction divided by a whole number, the answer gets smaller, right? And then if you have a whole number divided by a unit fraction, the number gets bigger, okay? I just talked about that yesterday or the day before.